Since becoming a mom almost 7 years ago, I realized I had such limited time to work on my business. So I've spent a lot of time reading books or listening to podcasts all about productivity. And while there are lots of helpful things I took from each book, there are a few 1-minute habits that I've incorporated into my life that have made the biggest difference. I used to work the usual 40 plus hours per week. Now I work maybe about 20 hours per week or sometimes less, and I'm also spending way less time on household chores so that I get to spend more time with my kids while they're little or doing things that I love, like running and reading. The 5-minute rule. You know those tasks that we keep on procrastinating because we just feel so uninspired or not very motivated to start them. So we set a timer for 5 minutes and we just start doing the activity that we've been putting off for ages, that we've been procrastinating on, and we give ourselves that time, right? So I'm gonna do this for 5 minutes. If I really hate it and I don't feel like continuing, that's fine. After 5 minutes is up, I can just quit and go do something else. I have done this so many times to kind of trick myself because it's like Newton's law, right? An object in motion stays in motion. Sometimes I'll really put off doing stuff like, the admin, accounting stuff behind my business. So I'll set myself a timer and I'll say, fine, I'll do this for 5 minutes. If I'm really hating it, I'll give myself a break and maybe do it another day. But what ends up happening is once I start getting into it and I see that it's actually not such a daunting task, I usually end up spending way more time after those 5 minutes have passed, and I end up sometimes even accomplishing the task altogether. So it's all about tricking your brain sometimes to get started on something, and the 5-minute rule is really helpful for that. I plan my day the night before. I absolutely am the kind of person who needs to have a work plan. Last night I sat down and I planned for today that I'm gonna film this video. I've got a reel to post on Instagram and an email newsletter to schedule. So those are my tasks that I want to accomplish today. And I'm quite a busy mom with a school-aged child and a toddler. So this morning we spent doing something active outside together, which was really nice. Now my toddler is down for a nap and I've got about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get stuff done. And I just know if I didn't make the plan the night before, not much would get done during this nap time, because once I put her down and close the door on her bedroom, I need to know exactly what I am supposed to get done during that time block. That's the thing, I can't expect myself to just sit down with my laptop and instantly know what I need to do. I have to have a plan beforehand. Otherwise, I'm way more likely to procrastinate and not get much done. The one thing rule. I recently read the book, The One Thing, and it has really changed my perspective on some things, because they say in the book that you're supposed to do one thing every day that's really important to you, and that's your main focus. So especially when it comes to my business, I really had to kind of prioritize and realize what's the most important thing I need to get done. Because yes, you could try to multitask and do this and that, and the more we lose focus like that, the harder it will get to actually achieve our goals. My main goal right now is my YouTube channel growth. And so yes, I will put those 3 daily things on my to-do list, but I always have the one thing that's on my to-do list that's the most important. And that's for me today is filming this YouTube video. So if I get this done, then I'm feeling accomplished for the day. Even if the other 2 things maybe I don't get around to, that's fine. It's all about doing the one thing that's the most important right now. Daily planner check-ins. Now, I use a digital planner. You might use something else. I use Notion at the moment to organize my business and my life, from things like meal planning to planning my son's birthday party coming up and all of my business tasks. The reason why I started using Notion is because I took a class on Skillshare all about Notion by the productivity expert that is Ali Abdul. So I've been using Skillshare for a few months now, and they're now even sponsoring today's video. As I'm on this minimalism journey, I don't like bombarding you with products. That's never my goal, but this one has been a game changer for me as a busy mom. Skillshare is the largest online learning community, and it has literally thousands of classes on different topics. I'm always trying to learn, more about business and marketing, productivity or personal development, and I always think investing in yourself and in your skills is honestly the best thing you can do. It's something I've really put a focus on in the past few years. I've also been taking some filmmaking classes, which I found really helpful to help improve my YouTube videos. And I'm even taking some piano lessons, which are always fun. The best part is that you can start using Skillshare right now completely free, because the first 500 people to join Skillshare using my link down below will get 1 month premium completely free to use. So who knows, you might learn a skill there that completely changes the trajectory of your life. Not speaking from experience or anything. Put things in a drop zone after coming home. This is something I didn't do for the longest time, but once I started implementing it into our home, I realized what a big difference it made. We now have a drop zone for our keys, our purse, a letter holder where incoming mail can go, some accessible pegs or hangers for coats, some hooks for our bags in the understairs cupboard. I have found that the things that I have implemented and started doing, actually my kids have started copying as well. So if I put my coat on a hanger rather than leaving it on the floor, then they will start doing that slowly as well, because good habits actually can rub on the people around us as well. So don't sleep on the small 1-minute habit. And going along with this, sort mail immediately. Yes, it's important to have that letter holder or that little inbox place where all the incoming mail can go, but I also like to sort through it straight away. So if we've got junk mail, if we've got flyers and things I don't really need from the new pizzeria in town, I can just put it in the recycling, because I really don't need that taking up space in my home or cluttering up all of my surfaces. The only things I actually put in that letter holder is things that we need to address, like birthday party invites, a letter from the doctors, or anything like that that actually needs me to take some action on. Prep ahead. It really helps me out when the day before I prep as much as I can. That can be setting my clothes for the next morning so I know what I'm gonna wear when I'm filming a video, or prepping the kids' snack box for school next day and their backpack, getting their uniform or clothes ready. Anything like that that I can do in advance can save me so much time and stress in the morning when it can already be a bit hectic. Remove most phone notifications. Some people might think, what? But hear me out. I watched this documentary on Netflix, The Social Dilemma, and they were really illustrating how having phone notifications on can really draw you into your phone so many times throughout the day. You often just open up Instagram because you got a like on a picture, and then 20 minutes later you realize you're still scrolling through aimlessly. Not like that's happened to me at all. And I realized that was actually happening so much to me on a daily basis, and I just didn't want that anymore. So now I actually don't really get a lot of notifications. I don't have them on Amazon. They're all turned off. I don't have them on social media. I don't have them on Instagram or YouTube. Even though this is my business, I don't even have email notifications on. The only notifications that I actually get is calls and text messages that are, from my husband or the school or my mom or things like that, I actually need to be able to see straight away. But anything else, I really don't need to be distracting me when I'm filming a video or editing a video or, just spending time with my kids. So try it for 30 days and see how it works. You might be surprised how much time you actually get back into your week. And if you don't want to turn them off completely, then maybe just try putting your phone in flight mode when you really need to focus on something. That can also be really helpful. Reading books on the go. Now, don't get me wrong, I still like to read a physical book. It's just so satisfying holding it in your hands. But sometimes, especially as a busy mom, I just don't have time to read as many books as I would like to. So at night, I will sit in bed and read for a bit, like a proper book. But throughout the day, I actually read books by listening to them on Audible or even maybe podcasts, and I just put them on while I'm doing cooking or cleaning. Obviously, if I don't have the kids around, because I need to be able to hear my kids if they're there. Sometimes if I'm just walking somewhere and I can just pop a book in and listen to it on the way. These are all ways that I've found to use those little pockets of time to actually get more reading in, or just in general find more time to do the things that matter to me and that actually make a difference in my life. The 1-minute rule. I read this quote by Benjamin Franklin. I think I saw it in Marissa's video, A to Zen Life. I love her channel. So Benjamin Franklin says, for every minute spent organizing, an hour is earned. And I thought that was so true for me, because I have absolutely found more time in my week since we have not only massively decluttered, but set up spaces for everything in our home. So we have a place where the keys go, we have a place where umbrellas go, we have a place where shoes go, because statistically we actually spend a lot of time looking for lost items or trying to find them among the clutter. And so it can feel like, oh, organizing this room is gonna take me ages, but actually doing that initial effort is going to save you so much time in the long run. And I don't know about you, but for myself as a busy mom, I need all the time I can get.